Rise of the Independence, part two, the saga. So we're going to talk about the rise of the independence and the saga of what's happening. So, when you think about last time, I left you with the question, what is your political alignment, right? Me personally, I consider myself an independent at the moment, unless there is a political party that has a proper name, because I don't really agree with independent. I think we're all here together. I don't like communism. Maybe like no, nothing with commune. People are like, no, independent commune, something like that. I don't know. To independent other. I don't know, but enough with the jokes. Let's get back to the seriousness. So let me know in the comment section down below what's the name of our new political party should be, and be funny or be serious. I don't know. And we'll give you an award. I want to give awards. I really do. I want to make you stuff. I want to love you, fans. I want you to feel loved. So, and of course, I want to feel loved. So please subscribe and let me know and do a like, do a thumbs. If I have brought joy into your life, but back to the seriousness, back to the seriousness. So independence, right? So when you look at power, right? We look at I'm X amount of years. I'm not going to tell you. X amount of years, and so we look at this is my perception of life, and I can look at history, but I didn't experience history. I didn't live it. I didn't unless you believe in reincarnation, and you can tap into those lifetimes, and you can feel that energy. Then you start to seeing a pattern. You start to seeing a pattern. And ultimately, the reality is people love power. We all know that. The more power, the power to turn on the light, the power to drink water, the power to drink a dark liquid. Not sponsored by my dark liquid, but what is it? Steel straws. So, you know, so those kind of things come into play. We want power. We want the ability to control. I mean, maybe we want to live forever. We want to go into the stars. I personally kind of do. I would love to live forever. I would love for my friends and family to live together forever. I think there is enough space in the universe for all of us to live forever and even travel outwards into other planets and be forever. We can do that. We can live that. We don't have to die. We can be immortal, and then more life would come up, and more alternate realities, and perhaps that's what is actually going on at this moment. But regardless, point is, people want power. They want to be able to control that. I've gone to places, places where big people are, and they'll outright say it. We want to control the light. What does that mean? What does it mean to control the light? You know, I don't know about that. Like that concept really it scares me. And so I'm in that searching mode, and I have my own personal beliefs, and I'll talk about it maybe in video too. So, back to independence. So, independence. So Republicans have been let down, Democrats have been let down. They want to find an avenue, and I think that you start hearing the stories. Especially when this Epstein list that came out. You have names from both sides and rich and big, powerful people on both sides. And then the internet has brought a lot of information to people. Sometimes you look at these videos of big celebrities who are coming out of black bags. And supposedly they're dead, but nope, they're being zipped up. Like him. This was before the area of AI, and then you die. You know what I mean? It's just a mess. It's just a giant mess. And unless you know what I mean? It's just you're unable to process all of it. And thank goodness that I will take that upon myself and bring joy to you in the chaos and the madness because I love you. May them be the Messiah. Let's clear this shit. So back to what we were talking about. So independence, then through the internet, you start finding out, about certain people in power and certain presidents and certain places where, they have, and they choose, they're like, you will be in power and you will be in power, and like certain things and then like, and then the question about like how you can't get a Cuban cigar, but you all can. Now and why are so many people missing all of a sudden randomly? You know what I mean? And there's no investigation. There's a big list and nobody's investigating, and it's both coming from both sides, right? Because if we feel like there's chaos, like there's nothing going on. So, like my first advice, then that's why people are calling themselves independent. And they don't really feel like they feel like it's one crowd and it's the pincer movement. It's one side, and then people are pitted, and they are tired of being pitted against each other. There are certain moral standards that we have beyond party lines. And so, so there's that element too that comes into play. So that's why we have the rise of the independence because of information and truth. We're at the age of Aquarius where everything is awakened, everything is given to us, all the information. Anybody who's out there with some little piece of paper that someone wrote and pictures there, like, oh, internet, boom, bam, everybody knows, you know what I mean? And the progress of our ability to create reality because of the things that we're saying. So AI, you know what I mean? AI is putting images into our brain, and so we're fitting them back into reality, and then we're, you know, so maybe we'll see giant mechas walking down the street. Maybe one day I'll get to ride a sound wave or be a cassette inside a sound wave. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll get to marry a sound wave. Oh no, that would be weird, right? I don't know. The point is, if you're out there, sound wave, I love you. So back to all of it. Back to all of it. Independence, rise, love, humanity. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Let me know in the comment section down below. Where does that come from? Where we go towards unity. That's why I have a problem with the word independence. Not in the sense of like, you know, you're gonna start giving out everything and like la 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 la, even though the right eventually does rule the left. And so what does that mean? We have to ask those questions because we do understand that when we're completely filled in the energy of sharing, when we have the capability to give everything, when we have the trust that the light will give us just as much as we have to be able to give away. That's that perfect zenith. And we're like surfers riding that wave, trying to find that perfect zenith. Because and we have doubts, you know, you have doubts, you have to pay rent, you have to eat, you know, you have to do these things. But then if you're able to like access that perfect zenith, you know, maybe you can fly. Maybe it's like, and then it's wow, powers and X-Men. No, no, you know, the new mutant saga is starting. Ooh, with Spider-Man New Day. Are you gonna go see Spider-Man New Day? Ooh, because I am. I am. I'm here. Some good stuff. We'll talk about movies, the rise of cinema. Is there a rise of cinema, or am I delusional? So yeah, so we'll talk about that in the next video. But I wanted to get, you know, your thoughts on it. You know, you've seen of people with, you know, motto opus operandi. Let me know in the comment section down below of planes. You know, these people have a thing with planes, so don't get on a plane, you know. And then you have this other side. It's like these people have a thing with swamps. Don't be around swamps. Every person with power have like their staple and stuff like that. And there's all these theories and ideas and stuff. So it gets scary. It gets scary. So you have to be love and you have to be aligned with the love and trust in the light. So we're going to talk about that next time in our video. So did you like this two-part series of the rise of the independence? Let me know in the comment section down below because as much as I'm an Aquarius and as much as independent I want to be and free, your love matters. It does. Because not just to me, because like you get in that habit of like, I'm telling you, like, I want your love. I want you to tell me you love me just in the comment section, whoever you are. You know, because then it inspires me to tell other people, and it also opens you to be able to tell other people that you love them. So I think that we really need to get back into the whole like telling people we love them. And we don't necessarily need to be, or maybe we could be. I don't know. The point is, I love my dark drink. I hate you, dark drink. This is, but I love you, dark drink, because you give me so much energy. I've tried you all, but throughout lifetime, you have the perfect concoction that makes me just right. Thank you, dark drink. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think the dark drink is, and you may win a prize. I want to start giving out prizes. All right, I love you. I want to wish you a wonderful eternity.